quick conversation. God damn, bro. This shit long as fuck. Quick conversation I wanted to go into. Even though this article looks long as hell and not quick. TikTok. And I haven't seen a statement from them directly, but I've heard. So again, until I get confirmation, this is a grapevine statement that TikTok said that they are going to comply, and by January 19th, if nothing happens, cooked. They're taking their shit down and they're disabling their app in the US. Which, me personally, I wouldn't let the US government bitch me like that. But then again, it's TikTok and TikTok's shoes, not mine. Anyway, let's skip these first couple paragraphs. Bloomberg Intelligence senior litigation and, oh my god, gave TikTok a 30% chance of winning the Supreme Court before oral argument. That is very true because they are already convinced that it's Chinese spyware. And when it comes to old Americans, like whether it's black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican, what, because like if you say Spanish, then people with years of unknowingly racist ideologies taught and bred into them will rise up and say, I'm not Spanish, I'm Mexican. Oh, no, papi. I know black, I Dominican, I know Puerto Rican, I know dirty Puerto Rican. Oh, no, I know dirty Dominican, I Puerto Rican. Anyway, back to my main point. All of them old American niggas, when it comes to Asian niggas, they got racism and they offer them too. Don't worry, when I be saying non-white, I'm talking about you Asian niggas too. They don't like y'all, so they're convinced that this shit is Chinese spyware ran by the Chinese to come hack our information and make our kids stupid and make them brain rot. But my argument against that TikTok is just a bunch of brain rot has always been like, yo, bro. So is every other social media. Every other social media that has arisen has its own brand of brain rot. TikTok is just the latest, most popular one with the kids. Nigga, Skibbity Toilet, that's a YouTube thing. It's on TikTok, yes, but that's a YouTube thing. Skibbity Toilet, more brain rot. Like the most popular brain rot thing I've seen, any of this shit I've ever seen on TikTok. Way higher brain rot popular. Okay? YouTube. Everything brain rot related ends up on YouTube. Facebook. They have all types of dumbass AI pictures. Instagram. And this used to be Twitter a little bit too, but a bunch of people with fake lives and fake bodies posting all over the timeline, posting themselves sexual, fucking up the centers in your brain and all that for how often and how much you're supposed to see people with really revealing bodies and pictures and stuff like that. It was fucking up your dopamine receptors and all that crazy stuff. Instagram has been brain rotting people in that way for years. Twitter, not only it got cleaned up a bit more, but not only was Twitter like a haven for porn stars and kind of still is, it's just a bunch of dumbass niggas with dumbass takes all over Twitter thinking that because they could link up with village idiots from other villages and that they could find people that agree with their village idiocy, that all of a sudden they're right now. No, nigga, you're still a dumbass. You just linked up with other dumbasses to be a dumbass in a group full of dumbasses. So it's like every platform has their brain rot. TikTok brain rot for them is just the worst. Why? Trying to make our kids stupid. They added that fucking STEM tab into TikTok that since it's been added has been a detriment to every educational creator on TikTok. Why? Because before the STEM tab was on TikTok, I used to genuinely, naturally have my algorithm trained to show me educational videos. Now, I can't get my regular For You to show me anything slightly educational at random, period. Now it's all dumb shit all the time. I just be ready to log off for my second. Like my TikTok that I have on this phone where I dance and get sturdy and shit like that. That's the TikTok where I haven't curated the For You page. I scroll 3 posts and I get mad at myself that I went past one, because I'll end up seeing some shit, some dumbass shit that's so fucking stupid. I'll be like, why did I do that to myself? Versus this page, I be having trouble not getting off, because my TikTok on this one is nothing but freaking my TikTok is nothing but video game clips, nothing but people talking about video games, cartoons, movie, TV, anime. And before they started cracking down on the copyright shit, random clips of TV shows like The Big Bang Theory, Family Guy, stuff like that, those funny ass Subway Surfer clips, the Reddit stories, the funny ones. But it's like, number one, your page is curated by you. Number two, every platform has their brain rot. But let's keep reading. TikTok made a last-ditch plea for the court to issue an administrative stay without signaling the ruling on the law's merits. Well, something Trump has suggested so he can attempt to broker a TikTok sale. Translation: he wants the government to own TikTok so he can make TikTok about all his "we hate DI, woke, and we hate transgender and gay and black and immigrant," and all that ism and ish shit that he believes. That person says that's unlikely. The court does not tend to issue that kind of pause just because of a change in administration. Basically, them niggas stand on what the fuck they say no matter who's there. He adds, and is likely to want to set that precedent. Yeah, just because you're coming in office don't mean they're gonna change shit up for you. A short order on the case could come as soon as Friday afternoon, after the justices are scheduled to meet. The court is also scheduled to release orders on Monday morning, though warns not to read into it if nothing is released by then. It may just mean they're fleshing out their reasoning in a longer written order. Basically, they're either cocking their hands back and say, you know what, my bad, chief, or they're cocking their hands forward to put it on the head of put it on the chest, of TikTok, and push them so that their body astral projects, so that they can lift their physical body and put it outside the U.S. borders and throw a phone and say, take your fucking app with you, put all them servers on wheels, say, Badoof, take them shits with you too, get that shit the fuck up out of our country. Trump said he'd like to save the app to get him back in the country, and in theory, he could declare he won't enforce the divest or ban law. You know what's the last time Trump said something that people heard and thought was such a fire idea that he went through 4 years of office, never even starting the process to do? The wall. Trump said he was going to strengthen the border between Mexico and America so that he could keep the immigrants out. Not $1 of effort has went into thinking about building that fucking wall since he got in office. So, and again, I could be wrong about the talking part, but even if I'm not, the wall ain't up. You said you would do something and it didn't happen. The wall ain't up. Justice pointed out that even if he chooses not to enforce the law, that may not provide sufficient protection for companies like Apple and Google, which could be fined $5,000 per user that access TikTok if they maintain it in their app store. Ooh, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, Apple and Google, they not playing. That shit's coming off the app store. If it's $5,000 per user, so if I have TikTok updated or downloaded on my phone through the Google App Store, they gotta pay $5,000 for me, $10,000 for my pops, $15,000 for my uncle, $20,000 for his kid, $25,000 for my cousin, $30,000 for my cousin's wife, $30,000, $35,000, $45,000, $50,000, $55,000, $60,000 for his 5 kids, and that's nowhere near even a 100th of the amount of people that use TikTok. Yeah, that shit's getting deleted, nigga. That shit's getting deleted. Think about how many people are in your house. That's how much. 5,000 times however many people are in your house. That's how much it costs to keep TikTok up and allowed for the people in your household. Then think about how many people you know have TikTok and then multiply it by their household. You're not even gonna go past the first set before you go, yeah, they're taking this shit. U.S. Solicitor General Elizabeth said the statute of limitations is 5 years. If the app gets taken off the App Store for 5 years and comes back, it's not going to be the same because 5 years is far too much time for the power vacuum to have been filled. Those companies would still be violating the law as long as it remains on the books, and they could face penalties even after Trump leaves office, should the next administration choose to enforce it. Which you never know, they may or may not. I think these companies would be undertaking I said that. You get into the hundreds of billions of dollars of potential liability. Even if Trump is saying, don't worry about it, I'm not going to force it against you, do you really want to take the chance that he's not going to change his mind on that? Do you really want to give him that level of leverage over your company? Nigga, I doubt it. Old boy doesn't believe that a ruling against Tiki would create a precedent that threatens US-based social media companies. Yeah, because 99% of the reason why they're trying to get TikTok taken down because it's Chinese. I don't see any other social media company that is similarly situated to TikTok, pointing out that the arguments largely centered around ownership. Foreign-owned e-commerce companies like Shein and Temu that came up might be another story, but he says none of that really jumped out as an imminent risk just because of this argument. That's not a fair assessment for the simple fact. You know what's the difference between Shein and Temu and TikTok? I never seen a nigga say, yo, they out here making laws that really don't benefit me and there's a way I could change it. I've never seen Shein make a nigga say that. I've never seen Shein inform a nigga about the community they're in and cause even a semblance of an idea that people could learn to rise up and take care of themselves and do without the government. Never seen Temu do that. Matter of fact, Temu would rather sell your data to the government before they tell you how to get out of your government. None of that really jumped out, blah, blah, blah. Cornell University law professor and First Amendment expert Gu Hans agrees the justices are unlikely to strike down the law. During arguments, the justices and attorneys for Tiki and its users discussed hypothetical scenarios about whether allowing a ban on certain types of corporate structure, like ownership by a Chinese parent company, would allow for backdoor speech regulations. I would press the clap it up button, but it's not here, so. There's people that really think that freedom of speech means you have freedom of speech. No, it doesn't. It means you have freedom of speech as long as it doesn't threaten their freedom to do whatever the fuck they want to, including demanding a company's owner sell it off to punish it for protected speech. These concerns didn't appear to start a sentence off with a conjunction. These concerns didn't appear to be deal breakers for the court, though. What remains unfortunate is the crudeness, basically, with which many of the justices treated this law, which clearly implicates free speech rights on underspecified national security grounds. Haynes said in a statement, I don't think the distinction on foreign and domestic ownership is sufficiently stable to allow my concern. Wait, no, that says allay.
Allay.
Diminish or put to rest. Stable to allay my concerns that a ruling upholding of the TikTok ban creates a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope, alright, but not a slope that they're worried about. Sit down while I talk about this. Is this? I don't have the music today, so this will be in the DEI award playlist, but it won't necessarily be DEI award because I don't have the music or the theatrics today. or the energy to be able to do it. Because again, said, not sick still, but I'm still like partially overcoming it. Here go my camera. Off center again. Ugh. Yeah, there we go. Meta disbanded diversity team and says DEI has become hard. The move allows Meta recent content moderation overhaul remove restrictions on topics like immigration and gender. And y'all know why this is happening, right? And it's not because of go broke. We'll get to it in a second. The memo, which was written by Janelle Gale, Meta's vice president of HR, said the company would replace DEI program with one that focused on how to imply fair and consistent practices that mitigate bias for all, no matter your background. Now, in case you didn't break down what that statement said, she basically said all lives matter to diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Now, if you're not familiar with the All Lives Matter situation, you can look up bigger philosophical breakdowns of it. But the short version is the reason why All Lives Matter is a very racist and very hateful built movement is because the Black Lives Matter movement was a movement about how there were multiple instances, a alarming amount of instances of police brutality against Negroes, against people of other Negroes and other minority groups, of how they could just casually kill somebody who's black, they could just casually kill somebody who's Spanish, they could just casually kill somebody who's mixed, somebody who's Asian, somebody who's anything other than a white dude, and the cop faces no fucking consequences, even if they're clearly in the fucking wrong. No consequences. In fact, after the first couple times that happens, they started making laws to protect these motherfuckers. Again, George Zimmerman is still a free man, y'all. Still a free man. Anyway, going back to my main point. The Black Lives Matter was a movement meant to bring awareness to that situation of how often and how horrifically casualized the killing of Negroes and other minority groups were by police so often. All Lives Matter is racist because the group, it runs with the idea that black people are saying that only Black Lives Matter, and they're saying that all lives matter, when really the idea of the movement is we're saying you treated us like we don't matter, and we're telling you that we matter. We didn't say that you don't matter. We said we matter too. We didn't say we're the only thing that mattered. We said we matter too. TOO, too. So along with you, your life, the value of it is the same as mine. All lives matter is racist because they say, yeah, everybody's life matters, not just yours. We said that's what we said. What do you mean that's what you said? No, it isn't. You said Black Lives Matter. Only Black Lives Matter. No. What you're doing is you're creating confusion and you're sympathizing with the fucking enemy. The person who caused the people who are causing problems, who are killing us for no fucking reason. By saying all lives matter, you're siding with them. By the way, never been suicidal. You're never have been, never will be. You're siding with them. That's the reason why people look at the All Lives Matter movement and say, yeah, bro, that's some racist shit you just said. Same thing here. They said, instead of putting programs in place so that people who have been underfranchised and denied chances because they were different, whether because they were colored, whether because they were homosexual, whether because they were transgender, whether because they were disabled physically or mentally, people who previously weren't given chances, let's give them a chance now. They say, yeah, fuck them. Everybody deserves a chance. Yeah, that was the point of the program, dipshit. By you dissolving the program, you take away some of their chances. Anyway, I'm gonna take this chance to drink some water though. You should take that chance to drink some water too. That's your reminder. Go sip some aqua. Anyway, that focus on how to apply fair and consistent practice. No, I read it. The Supreme Court of the... Damn, I started this shit a half hour ago and it just started? The fuck? The memo, which was written by Janelle Gale, Meta's vice president of human... Oh, wait, no. I keep reading that fucking part. The Supreme Court of the United States has recently made decisions signaling a shift in how courts will approach DEI. The term DEI has also become charged in part because it is understood by some as a practice that suggests preferential treatment of some groups over others. This is what I always say when I say about corporate speak. They speak vaguely just so you can never call them out on their bullshit. The bullshit about this statement is they're saying the meaning of DEI has changed. It just went from a good word to a bad word. Like, we don't want to have a department that represents that bad word. That's what they're saying. But why is it a bad word? Is it a bad word because it was actually a bad thing the whole time and you didn't understand it was a bad thing? Or was it a bad word because a group of random racist nerds on the internet made it seem like a bad word? Because the TOS on their websites and the automatic spam filters don't let them say the hard R, so they had to find something to replace the hard R with, and DEI was the best thing they found because it could be used to say the hard whatever for everything they don't like, which is everyone that's not the white men that they love to fawn over and the white men that they love to sexual. The term DEI has also become in part charged, in part because it is understood by some as a practice that suggests preferential treatment. Remember what I said a few minutes ago with the Black Lives Matter thing? As people said, we said everybody's lives matter. Y'all just treated the black ones like they don't matter. And they came out of nowhere and said, yeah, all lives matter. And we said, yes, we said that, but we're saying we matter too. They're saying we're not giving preferential treatment to black people. We're not giving preferential treatment to such and such people. Yeah, that's the point of the DEI program. To give everybody equal footing. Especially people who naturally, for one reason or a few reasons, are likely to have unequal footing. Let's keep going. A Facebook spokesperson, Tony Clayton, confirmed to The Verge that Axios' report is accurate. The news following Meta's appointment of the Trump-friendly policy. Meta has also this one didn't announce it, but recently Facebook declared being gay as, within their company. They've allowed it to where if you work for Facebook, legally, employees are allowed to tell other employees that if you're gay, that you're mentally ill. That's a real policy at Facebook now. Anyway, now that we're done talking about all that, I'm gonna exit this out and I'm gonna go stream on TikTok before the shit blows up. And all them TikTok niggas coming straight to Twitch. About to do some research and find some ways to get. Oh, you know what? I should cut my PC off. So yeah, I'll be back in. Oh, actually, no, I'm playing on console right now. So yeah, go ahead and follow me over on TikTok before it blows up, or on Blue Sky and YouTube. Yeah, that being said, for now, go stream on TikTok again before it blows up. Peace.